She was a female fugitive on the run in Arizona after a murder across the country. And now Tangela Parker has learned her fate in court. Parker was just sentenced for murdering a coworker at a North Carolina furniture manufacturer back in 2021 after a disagreement.
And after the killing, she went on the run with her husband, eventually being found and arrested in Arizona. And there was no lack of drama in the courtroom. True Crime Arizona's Brianna Whitney looking at her case from the beginning to the end. A lot to cover here.
Yeah, this is a pretty wild situation all around. We're talking a case of Bonnie and Clyde. Tangela Parker on the run with her husband in 2021 from North Carolina until the U.S. Marshals caught up with them here in Phoenix. Now she's facing the music for what she did.
She donned a different appearance nearly every time she was seen in public. After attempting a life on the run with stolen identities, Tangela Parker now sentenced to more than 20 years in prison for second-degree murder.
She took everything, and I'm just not ready to forgive her yet. It's not time.
Justin Marlowe still grieving the loss of his wife, Philippa Michelle Marlowe, in 2021. According to the district attorney's office in North Carolina, Parker worked with Marlowe at TCS Designs, a furniture manufacturer, and the two did not get along, Parker often screaming at Marlowe. Then in January of 2021, Parker shot Marlowe in the chest. Marlowe tried to get up and run, and that's when Parker shot her in the back of the head. That's when Parker's fugitive life with her husband, Eric, began.
They ran across the country, got fictitious names.
It wasn't until July of 2021, investigating leads across 8 states, when the U.S. Marshals found the North Carolina couple in Phoenix, near Deer Valley Road and 35th Avenue. Officials say they used fake names and identities, stole a license plate, and worked odd jobs to elude police. But once captured, authorities found the murder weapon inside the car they were using here in Arizona. Parker's defense attorney tried to argue her client suffered from diminished capacity at the time of the shooting because of her use of Xanax for panic and anxiety. The state argued she knew exactly what she did, and after eventually pleading guilty, the judge sentenced Parker to 20 to 25 years in prison. For Marlowe's daughter, Michaela, she made sure Parker heard what her mom meant to everyone in the courtroom.
My mother was the light in the darkest of caves and the most beautiful of rainbows after dreary monsoons.
As for Tangela's husband, Eric Parker, he also worked at the furniture manufacturer with his wife and the victim. Before going on the run, he faces a felony charge of accessory after the fact. His case is working its way through the legal system now, and his next court date is scheduled for December. Crazy case.
Yeah. Seems like they were definitely trying to cover their tracks with disguises and different license plates and things like that. But it took about 7 months for the fugitive task force to catch up with them?
Close to it, right? I mean, they were stealing identities, using different things. And so that's why I think it was pretty obvious when the defense was trying to say, hey, she was suffering from diminished capacity. She didn't know what she was doing was wrong. Well, how could you sit there and say that when they deliberately went on the run and deliberately tried to evade police? Yeah. Clearly, the judge saw through that.
Yeah, so much going on, and then the different appearances.
She looked different every time we saw her. Yeah, it was strange.
Yeah. Thank you, Brianna. So to come 8 o'clock.